So, you're interested in cheating on the ACT? Or maybe you're just curious and wondering, how do people cheat on the ACT? Well, in any case, I'm not actually going to tell you how to cheat on the ACT necessarily today, but what I am going to share with you is some ways that people have cheated in the past. We're going to talk about cheating scandals on the ACT. Before we get started doing that, what I want to encourage all of you to do is go subscribe to our channel. All you have to do is click the subscribe button below this video and then go to our website, sign up for our mailing list, supertutortv.com/subscribe. I promise we won't send you tons of email, but we will keep you updated on all of our latest and greatest videos, any discounts or coupons that we have for our products, and any new product releases, things like that. And without further ado, let's get into 3 cheating scandals on the ACT. Cheating scandal number 1, we're going to call it fake it till you make it, or have somebody else take the test for you. Basically, this scandal is the same scandal that was also in our video on how to cheat on the SAT. Essentially what happened is back in 2011, over 35 students, I believe, were indicted on charges for cheating on the SAT and the ACT. And what was happening? There's this whole cheating ring. What was happening is that students were hiring other people to take the exams for them. So they manufactured fake student IDs. They would sign up for the test not at their high school, but at some other high school, so people wouldn't know necessarily. And then they would pay people between $500 and $3,600 a pop to go take the exam for them. But in any case, people caught wind of it, and it didn't end up well for these folks. Some of them went to prison for felony charges, and that's not awesome. So don't necessarily recommend that you try to impersonate someone, but even if you wanted to, you can no longer cheat in this method because the ACT has amped up its security measures. So now, if you go to take the ACT, you have to upload a photo of yourself for security purposes. And they're going to print out that photo on your ticket that you go to the center with, and they have a printout on their sheet with the photo on it, so they can match the photo to your ticket and the ticket to your ID. And if you're a test taker over the age of 21, you have to have a government-issued ID. That means like a passport or a driver's license. You can't just use your student ID because that was the way that they were really getting people, as they had like older people taking the test for high school students, and they were using fake student IDs because those can be easier to forge, probably. So there you go. All of these measures that the ACT has taken are meant to prevent people from doing something like what these people did. So there you go. Scandal number 1, fake it. Or get somebody to impersonate you. That's what some people did. Way number 2 to cheat on the ACT is steal the test. Yes, just like the SAT, probably one of the easiest ways to cheat on the ACT could be to steal the test before the test is given and then try to do the test or get somebody really smart to take the test for you and then study all the answers that that really smart person came up with and then go in and take the test yourself. Well, last June, in June 2016, in Hong Kong and South Korea, somebody thought that would be wonderful, but it actually turned out to be not so wonderful at all, because what happened is there was a security breach and the test leaked and the ACT found out about it. And what happened is the entire test in all of that region of Asia was completely canceled. So every exam in Hong Kong and in South Korea was totally nixed. So even if you were a law-abiding student citizen and you had nothing to do with this cheating scandal, you were not able to take the ACT last June. And nobody could take the exam again until September. So all of those juniors who were going to take it in June had to wait all the way till September to take the test again. Really lame, really crappy, and very unfortunate. And basically they set up some laws in South Korea and said, the South Korean court said that anyone caught stealing an ACT exam would be fined 6 million won, which is approximately $5,400. So don't try to steal the ACT unless you're ready to pay a fine and ruin the test for everyone in your entire country. Number 3, the third way that you could cheat on the ACT would be to study the test questions before they're released because the prep center that you happen to be going to has access to real ACT questions from your exact ACT. Wouldn't that be cool? Maybe, kind of. Or maybe really uncool for everyone else. Well, that's exactly what happened at these prep centers called Global Assessment Certificate Program. And this program is based out of Hong Kong. And what it is it's a prep center that is an ACT foreign subsidiary, meaning ACT.org owns part of this company, right? The American ACT people own part of this global reach company. And the idea of this company, which has centers in over 11 countries, 197 centers, and enrollment of over 5,000 students or so, was to try to broaden the reach of the ACT and prep these students in native language instruction for the ACT test and in skills that will benefit them at American colleges and universities, right? Sounds like a lovely program, good idea. But what was happening at some of these centers is some of the people who were leaders at the centers were essentially sharing with students portions of the exact ACT exam that the students were going to take before they took the exam. So that created some suspicious scores from these centers. And in any case, what happened is the people who were operating these centers had access to exam material days or even weeks before the tests were administered, which is not protocol in terms of most places that are giving the test, and not necessarily very cool. And so ACT has tried to up its security measures. They've tried to ship stuff in locked boxes, and they're cracking down on GIC. And obviously this was like a huge embarrassment to ACT when this news hit the newspapers in the US. But there you go. Our third cheating scandal is basically like get to a prep center that apparently has an in with ACT.org and can get the tests in advance, though that cheating scandal has probably been shut down at this point. So what to do if you're not able to cheat? What are you gonna do? Well, my advice would be to prep. And if you're interested in ACT prep, go check out our website, supertutortv.com. We have an ACT prep video series that you can check out to prep for the exam. I've scored perfectly on the exam. I prepped a student to a perfect score. So if you're interested in scoring higher on the exam, I recommend that you go check that out. We even have a free trial that you can check out. So even if you don't want to spend any money or you don't have a lot of time, you can go and get answer explanations for every question on the official ACT practice exam that's on the ACT website. You go take that test and then go to our website and go over all your answers and learn from it. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got lots more ACT tips here. And hopefully with that in mind, you're going to be able to do more awesomely on this test. If you're a crammer and you haven't had any time to prep, we even have a video for that, how to cram for the ACT. So whatever it is that you need, check out what we've got going on here at supertutortv.com. And I hope to see all of you next time.